Hello everyone and welcome back to a brand new video here at Tablemon. Can you believe it? 6 days in a row of videos. Today we're going to be playing with a Blissey EX combined with Munkidori and Froslass. I've been really enjoying this deck. It's fun, the happy switch, being able to move your energies to use the multiple Munkidoris is really cool for Blissey EX. Having a self-sustaining attack with return, doing a bunch of damage, and also being able to draw cards to replenish your resources is so good. So Blissey EX as a standalone stage 1 with 300 HP is quite decent, and then we also have the Chansey with the lucky bonus. Sometimes if you prize a Chansey, you are able to bench it once you get it off the prizes and then flip a coin. If it's heads, you get an extra prize card, which is really huge. You're gonna see in the games how it actually could have been relevant in the situations it came up. So I think this Chansey has a lot of merit. And then if you don't, then that's fine, right? You have your Chansey and then you have your Turbo Energize to hopefully help you powering up and making sure that you're not too reliant on double turbo energy. It also gets Darkness Energy into play for Munkidori to start using their Adrenobrain ability, which is really powerful. It essentially heals your Pokemon for every time you use it. It also adds to your damage output, which is really great. I cannot emphasize how powerful that is. And I really enjoyed this combination. Blissey, tanky Pokemon, soaks up ahead, and then Munkidori just sends everything back. Now Froslass is in here as well. I'm not super convinced Froslass is necessary. Its ability is quite nice, putting extra damage counters everywhere on the board, giving you extra damage on your opponent's side of the field, and then damage on your side of the field to then send them back with Munkidori. So overall, a pretty powerful card, but with no backbone to this deck, no Bibarel, no Dunsparce, no sort of engine other than your own attack. You're not protected from Iono, you're not protected from Unfair Stamp, and I think that's one of the weaknesses of this deck. And then finally, the ace pick of choice is Survival Brace. Allows you to tank a hit against something like Cinccino or Qianpao, which would almost always knock out Blissey EX in one hit, and therefore you survive and you're able to share and scare or heal. So Survival Brace, potentially a cool card. I think there's also merit to having Heroescape. I definitely want to give that a try for sure. And then outside of that, we have item cards. We have Rigid Band to reduce damage. We have a few switching cards, a single boss, a few copies of Counter Catcher, which come in handy. And I think let's jump into the game to see the deck in action. I really hope you enjoy these. All right, seems like we are able to get a game going. So we shall see. Yeah, now my opponent does get to go first. That does mean my Chansey is most definitely threatened. Gape Jabog, that's fine. Capturing Aroma. Hopefully it's a heads, so that they have to just get a Gengar and call it a day. Fortunately, it is a tail, so they will be able to get a Bidoof here. And I mean, that's fine, I guess. Hopefully they don't just go boss KO my Chansey with energy, right? Like that's what we are most certainly hoping for. So Ultra Ball away, Bibarel and Lost Vacuum, maybe for, yep, Squawk. I was gonna say the 10 AGX. Jeez, I'm living in the past. All right, Chatot also crossed my mind, and you have to admit, Squawkabilly and Chatot are similar in some ways. So what did they shuffle back with the Super? Oh, the Bibarel, right. Okay, fresh new set of 6 cards, second Bidoof into the bench. No need for Gengar or damage pump for your other Pokemon when you have this almost picture perfect start for my opponent. Now, oh, interesting. So Secret Box, they discard 3 other cards and now they find an item card, a tool, a supporter, and a stadium. I mean, they forgo the tool and they grab Capturing Aroma, which they flip heads on, but that didn't guarantee the Zoroark. They got Carmine. Okay. What a turn. All right. What a turn. but they did forgo the tool and the stadium. Stadium understandable. Tool. All right, finally they're done with looking through half their deck, which is definitely a little scary, not gonna lie, a little scary. Now, finding basic Pokemon is not gonna be easy, so I really think I'm just gonna Iono here, just to get more stuff onto the bench. I did prize a Chansey, which could be a little problematic, so I'm just gonna go ahead and Iono here, hope for the best. No damage on Chansey, which is potentially good. We do find Artisan and Munkidori. I honestly wouldn't mind Munkidori having damage right off the bat, because then I can potentially transfer it. Now, this is one of the issues that I've definitely foreseen with this deck, is that you really just don't have a solid backbone, right? And it's something I touched upon on the deck building. Your backbone is your attack, right? That's how you are hoping to replenish your resources. And that's not always going to be a solid plan. Now, we need my opponent to not have Hisuian Zoroark V-Star, Double Turbo, and Boss's Orders. There's a Carmine, so now we need them to not have a Way to Retreat, the Prime Catcher, and the Hisuian Zoroark V-Star. Oh, they can't have Prime Catcher, so actually I should be safe now, right? I should actually be safe. I can also transfer damage from my side of the field to theirs. I can establish a backup Chansey with my Artisan. The Froslass plus the Munkidori could cause a little bit of havoc to my opponent, so that's gonna be cool. That should be pretty cool. Alright, they split the damage. They knock out the Chansey. Having one Chansey in the prizes is not the worst, because it could lead to an extra prize card. So that's something I want to keep in mind. I mean, I'm always promoting this, and I'm always going Arven for Ultra Ball, right? So, okay. That's actually a pretty solid top deck, not gonna lie. Alright, so I'm gonna go ahead and Arven. I do need an Ultra Ball, and I think at this point I'm just gonna grab this to discard. I'm not gonna use it. Rescue board and that. Okay, so Blissey's attack is gonna come in clutch here, along with the Rigid Band as well. Alright, now they very smartly spread my damage counters so that I can only transfer so many with the Munkidori, right? So I will fully use my ability though to heal myself. So I'm gonna go Rigid Band, I'm gonna go Artisan for the other Chansey. Now I could take a prize somewhere with this counter catcher. So I'm gonna use Adrena Brain for now. And yeah, I'm just gonna heal the Blissey as much as possible. And just gonna place the damage on the Bidoof for now. Kinda want to go after the Bidoof as well, because then I can take this one down and they won't have like much of a backbone afterwards. They still have their V-Star. So you know what? I'm just gonna keep it. I'm gonna pressure the energy. So I'm gonna happy switch the energy to the Blissey. And we are going to go ahead and return for 160 damage. That's enough for a 2-hit KO, but more importantly, yes, I would like to draw cards. All right, now we're talking. We have a Froslass, we have a Pokegear to follow this up, we have a backup Munkidori to potentially now heal 60 damage off of Blissey X. So now it's looking a lot better. Yeah, we'll see if we can keep this up. And we will see what my opponent tries to do, but 300 damage with the Rigid Band, that means 330, even with transferring damage with Radiant Alakazam. I don't think it's possible unless they had Maximum Belt, but thankfully we know they don't, right? So I think we are good here. They put back Cypher Maniac and Iono. And they find another energy, which is a little annoying. Now, if I manage to heal even once with Sharon Scare, that's gonna be so huge, because this should be a 2-hit KO versus 2-hit KO, right? So we'll see. We shall see what happens. Blissey X doesn't have a backbone like Bibrel, like the Dunsparce, alright? Okay, my opponent decides to switch. That's completely fine. Not that big a deal. Goes for the boss onto the Munkidori. Completely okay with that as well. I will not be able to transfer any damage this time around, but I have backup Munkidori, so I really don't mind that too much. Now my opponent does transfer damage from the Bidoof to the Radiant Alakazam, which could maybe save the Bidoof this upcoming turn. Now they save my damage counter, which now I can send back. Not getting a lot of use from the Munkidori at this point in time, but that's okay. Now we're gonna start getting that damage in. Potentially, right? So I'm gonna get the Munkidori, I'm gonna use Artisan to get another Munkidori. So yeah, that felt like a very underwhelming choice for my opponent. No Bibarel yet still for them, which is surprising. I'm just a little scared the Froslass will put me in range. Now I find Sharon Scare, which is cool, but I was hoping for something just a little bit better. So I think I'm gonna go for it. Just try to maximize the damage output that I get. I'm gonna go ahead and Adrenabrain. Just 10 damage, but I'm gonna start being able to pressure. And then I can use a Happy Switch to make sure I have energy on my Chansey just in case. Do I want 2 prizes? I feel like I might. Because that also reduces the damage that Hisuian Zoroark does, right? So that seems solid. And this will tie up the prizes as well. I would like to draw cards. That is cool that I get to draw before my prizes. I mean, that's how it works, right? But it's still a cool, important thing that I'm sure people will eventually ask you if you're playing Blissey X. All right, lucky bonus. No, dang it. That would have made things so much easier. That would have made things so much easier. All right, Freezing Shroud damages literally every Pokemon in play, which is quite funny to see. But yeah, now the pressure is on the Bidoofs. All right. I mean, I fully expect my opponent to be able to counter a Stadium, bench something else, hit for the full damage, which right now is 280, minus 30, 250. Even if they transfer 1 damage from Radiant Alakazam to my active, that's 260, so I should be able to survive, and I have the Sharon Scare in my hand, so I should be perfectly fine. And then I might, like, I generally might be able to win even without the Sharon Scare. If I can go, if I don't get Ionode, I could end up going Boss to knock out the Squawk, plus take an extra prize somewhere. And I generally might be able to knock out that Bibarel that's gonna have 50 damage on it. Actually, no, I will not be able, no, I will not be able to knock it out. So it's probably gonna be Sharon Scare for me here, but that's okay. Oh, wait, they don't go for the Bibarel. That's insane. Damage pump, they'll be able to heal the Bidoof, but if that Bidoof stays... Oh wait, no, I need 4 prizes, not 3. What are you thinking, Pablo? I mean, it's getting close, right? I could generally just go after the Squawk, and then Froslass plus Munkidori can deal with the rest. And actually, I will have 60 damage to move. Never mind, I will have 60 damage that I can move with the Munkidoris onto the Bibarel and the Bidoof. Potentially even more if I nest ball for the last Munkidori in the deck and I get 3 Adrenabrains? Is that ever possible? Maybe. Honestly, maybe. We'll see. We shall see. I mean, another play I could just make is... we'll see. Definitely going after the B-Barrel, probably. Okay, they move the damage from the Blissey to the Chansey, fully expecting the Share and Scare, of course. They're not gonna evolve. Okay, 250 as expected, 10 damage from myself. That's okay. Alright, so I can fully move from Blissey to other Pokemon. Let me think this through. So I do need, no matter what, I need another happy switch, right? And I know I'm playing Share and Scare no matter what. So, but something tells me I might have it. Okay, so I'm gonna evolve here. So I'm gonna happy switch. Like, I'm in my mind, I feel like I'm close. So then I'm gonna move this here. All right. So then I go Adrenabrain from this to this, right? And then I go happy switch from this to this, and then I go Adrenabrain from Blissey to B-Barrel, right? Yeah, and then I go, so I'm close. I won't be able to win this turn, but I almost. I mean, this is a sick turn nonetheless. All right, then Blissey, promote the Chansey, evolve into the Blissey, attach for turn, nest ball for the Munkidori, use the third happy switch over here, and then I get to use Adrenabrain for a third time, so I've dealt 90 extra damage to my opponent, which is ridiculous. Can Rigid Band the active, and then I get to do return 160, and then the Froslass will be able to knock out the B-Barrel and knock out the Bidoof in between turns during the Pokemon checkup phase. Pretty cool to see. Get 2 prizes, and my opponent's at 4. No way to one-hit KO my Blissey EX at all. And I have the game-winning boss in hand. And even if I get Iono'd, I have multiple Adrenabrains to potentially chase down even the active Zorg, which could get Share and Scared, that's fine, but if it gets Share and Scared, then I have the boss's orders to win the game. So I think we did it. I think we have done it. And yeah, I mean, love the interaction of Froslass plus Munkidori. That's just so sick. We do get Iono'd out of the boss's orders, that's fine. It's generally not a big deal whatsoever. And with the Ultra Wall, there's nothing I really need. So I'd probably just play the Iono once again. Now I have enough damage on the Munkidoris. If I could transfer 90 damage to the thing, I would win, right? Within between turns, and there we go. All right, that was really cool. Not against the most meta deck, so let's give it another go. All right, seems like we are able to get a game going, which I'm very happy to see. I did mulligan once, my opponent also mulliganed once. This is possibly Dragapult, I imagine. So yeah, let's see how far Blissey can take us here. All right. I love those leaves. Those look really cool. Yep, it is Dragapult indeed. My opponent did win the coin flip and chose to go first, which is understandable. My hand with no energy is really unfortunate. A single energy would allow me to turbo energize and then pretty much get going, but unfortunately that's not gonna be the case. And I mean, I have a lot of top decks, right? That would be useful. But yeah, I mean, off to a slower start for sure. So operation thin the deck as much as possible. All right, so my opponent off to a decent start, no attachment, which is nice. All right, Arvin, I'm very happy to see that. So as long as I have, yep, the Earthen Vessel, that's perfect. That is actually fantastic. I might end up using Turbo Energy twice, honestly, with this hand. I don't see myself needing either of these just yet. There's also the fact that all of these cards are pretty good, right? So I'm gonna start establishing Munkidoris on the bench, which protect me from the damage counter placement, of course. I'm hoping my opponent can't KO me. Yeah, all right. So we're just gonna get 2 energies with the Earthen Vessel. We're gonna go ahead and attach, Turbo Energize, and we are going to Turbo Energize our benched Chansey. Hopefully pretty much guaranteeing that, I mean, I could split them. That actually sounds pretty reasonable, because then if my opponent ends up attacking me, I'm ready to transfer damage counters back. And if they end up knocking something out, then I always have 2 energies in play. Whereas if I stack both energies on this Chansey and they go Rare Candy, Dragapult, Attach Fire, Xatu, Retreat, Boss KO the Chansey, then I would be, I'd be in trouble no matter what, but I would be in way more if I just don't have 3 energies in play. Yeah, so we'll see. We shall see what happens here. And thanks to Happy Switch, I can just transfer 1 to the active and start attacking and finally replenish my hand. So I think they're looking pretty okay thanks to a top deck. There's a Rare Candy Dragapult. Dang, I was gonna sneeze and I muted my microphone, but then the sneeze went away. All right. So you see the Dracloak on the active, Recon Directive, gonna get my opponent an extra card. They already used Artisan as well, but doesn't seem like they have like too much going for them. Nest Ball for second Natu, I think would be great if they don't have energy to attach. Protecting from a boss KO on the Natu would be great, because then they have the possibility to power up with the Natu, right? Now they choose Manaphy instead. That could mean that the Natu was prized for sure. Alright, we are going to see an Arvin probably grabbing Earthen Vessel. With Earthen Vessel and Forest Seal Stone, they would be able to attack, right? No trouble. So with Earthen Vessel, they get Fire and Psychic, and then with Forest Seal Stone, oh, they have it. They get the Xatu. So they already had it. Okay, so they are going to take a knockout, which is honestly a little scary, only a little. Interesting that they did all of that before the Recon Directive. Makes sense as well, trying to thin as much as possible and then commit to the Xatu. Maybe they're trying not to V-Star into the Xatu, which is understandable. But alright, this does mean we will be able to transfer 3 damage counters back somewhere. Not sure where, honestly. Maybe the Xatu. And it's place them however you want, right? Oh no, it's up to 3 damage counters. Alright, well, wow, what a turn. And they collapsed Stadium away the Rotom. So yeah, picture perfect start for my opponent. Not bad. And they took away my Artisan, meaning I have way less setup than I would like it to have. Now this will activate the counter catcher, so I could take a knockout somewhere else, but I generally think that the best course of action is to just attack the energy, right? Dragapult decks struggle to power up multiple Pokemon. That's why they need Xatu. They run a low amount of energy, so they're not getting energy in their hand every single turn. So just targeting down the energy, I think, is the key in most situations, right? There will definitely be exceptions many times, but in most situations, I think that will be the case. And then I can certainly start targeting down that Xatu as fast as I can. Now, getting another Chansey out here, I think is very good, just to make sure we have the possibility to share and scare. Then I get to happy switch the energy up to the Blissey, and I get to attack, which is fantastic. And I get to draw 4 extra cards to help me with my next turn. And if I get IO Note, then that's fine, right? Now, if I had gotten a double turbo, then I could possibly share and scare this Blissey EX. That would have been pretty fantastic. Unfortunately, that's not going to be possible right here. Because like happy switch is good, but it's it's good up to a certain point, right? I mean, maybe there's no merit to share and scare. Just get the knockout, right? Trade against the Dragapult, transfer damage with Munkidori. That Artisan should stick, so I should be able to get multiple Munkidoris out in the near future. Now, the one big loss is that I'm gonna lose 3 darkness energy, so that is going to be a little unfortunate for sure. But a lot of Munkidoris will hopefully be quite good. Alright. I won't be able to knock out Xatu this turn. Right? Yeah, I won't be able to knock out Xatu this turn. I will leave it close. And there's a second Natu, so if they're only playing a 2-2 line, there is the second Natu, as mentioned. Alright, there's an Ultra Ball. I wonder how they're going to spread the damage, and if they're going to spread it. I mean, they're hitting for 200. Oh, you know what? If I heal, even with Munkidori just once, I actually don't need to share and scare. And my Blissey will survive, because they hit for 200, right? Then if I heal once, I'm at 170. Oh no, actually no, never mind. There's no way. Okay, this might be where I go counter catcher KO the Dracloak though. Just target the energy. Nah, maybe not. Alright, we'll see. We'll see what happens here. Is there any way 200 minus 30, 170. And if I have 140 on me, oh, so close. Yeah, so there's no point in healing the Blissey EX here. I'm just gonna heal damage from my bench. If I could go triple Munkidori, then I would be able to put my active Blissey EX out of range. Is there any way? I have one Munkidori, I can search for another, I can search for a third, but I don't have enough. Well, I mean, I do have enough, I guess. I just wouldn't be able to take a knockout, so I'd rather eliminate this Dragapult. Now, my opponent's doing a lot of things. They got another Rare Candy Dragapult, which is crazy, because I'm pretty sure they only run 2. They split their energies as well, which is understandable. And, alright, so we're in a little bit of trouble, yeah? Our hero Blissey is in a little bit of trouble here. Alright, they just stack everything on the Munkidori. which is of course understandable. All right, we're gonna get a second Munkidori. Alrighty, so step number 1 is happy switch from Blissey to the Munkidori. Then we're gonna use Adrenabrain to transfer from the Munkidori. Will I ever be able to transfer enough damage to knock out this Dragapult? I really don't think so. So I think I'd just rather eliminate the Xatu and then eventually the Manaphy probably. Then I'm gonna go ahead and attach to this Munkidori, use Adrenabrain again, and transfer from this Munkidori, essentially making the 6 damage counters that my opponent placed not good, right, at all. Now I am going to Arven. I really want to establish a Froslass, but I can't. Yeah, I can't establish a Froslass here. So I'm just gonna establish another Chansey and Ultra Ball 4. Well, never mind. Establish another Munkidori because my last Chansey is prized. So yeah, that's rough. That is very rough indeed. Iono could be good. I don't see many opportunities to use Share and Scare. And I do want the Rigid Band for the next Blissey. I think that's gonna be pretty key. So we get this, but once again, losing the 3 darkness is going to be very, very problematic. All right. Yep, because yeah, it's gonna be very, very problematic. All right. We need a double turbo at least this upcoming turn. We do get 2 prizes, no double turbo for us. Can we get the extra prize with the Chansey then? There's a chance. No, that's 0 for 2 on the Loki bonus. I don't think I can win though. Anyways, I don't think I can win. All right, so Blissey X definitely gone. Like, I would love if my opponent just goes boss KO. I really would. Now they did just bench the Natu. Now the cool thing is, I got the Chansey, so I can actually tank a hit and just like be patient and try to heal as much as possible and just transfer damage to my opponent's bench, getting a knockout on the Natu and hopefully the Xatu. That on first stamp feels really unfair right there. However, I got the double turbo, so maybe it's not as unfair as you would think. Okay, so they're just piling up the damage onto the Munkidori. Gonna let that one go. That's completely okay. I will not only be able to attack and replenish my hand, but also transfer 6 damage counters. No, only 3 this time. But that's okay. That is generally okay. Alright. What's my top deck? Nestball. Alright. Not a very useful card. Why is my discard pile telling me I can use something? Okay, so let's think this through. I'm definitely attaching energy here. And I can 100% heal and take a prize card onto that Xatu. No reason not to just get rid of as much damage as possible. Get a prize card, which will be Rescue Board, not a very good card. So we're gonna play the Nest Ball. Now if I bench this Norrent, that's just an easy prize for my opponent, which I don't want to give them. because then they can go KO Snore and KO the Munkidori. So I'm just gonna fail that. Now, you can't counter catcher anymore. That's okay. Yeah, that is okay. All right, I'm gonna attach the rescue board there. Nothing to Artisan for, right? I just have the Snorents. So we are going to go ahead and happy switch the energy. Very bare bones, but we are getting there, and we do threaten the 2-hit KO on the Dragapult, and there is a universe where I can transfer enough damage to knock out enough of my opponent's bench Pokemon. So I also got a Share and Scare. The Share and Scare alone might be enough to win me this game. So just by tanking the hit, healing that, taking a knockout on the Dragapult, and then eventually I will be able to spread. No, why? Well, that's not ideal. Dang it. That is so unfair. That enhanced hammer taking away the double turbo that I've been working so hard to get. I mean, I did get it pretty luckily off of the unfirst stamp, but still, very frustrating. Okay. That's okay. Yeah, we will manage. I think. It all comes down to the mana fee, I think. So, if I can bench double Snorant here, maybe, and then evolve one, maybe I can target down the mana. Well, no, I'm not getting a knockout on the Dragapult now. Dang it. And they're probably gonna be able to Iono me at some point again. They haven't played a single Iono. Dang. Yeah, I mean, my opponent's just on top of everything, honestly, and has had flawless, like that turn 2. That turn 2 was absolutely incredible, right? Unless I top deck a double turbo, I don't fancy my chances of winning here. And even if I do, it's still gonna be a little dire. Well, if I top deck double turbo, I really fancy my chances. Never mind. But if I don't, or if I just flipped heads on the lucky bonus too. So many ways. Alright. They're using Radiant Alakazam, which is completely pointless. As they could have just put 5 here and 1 here, so I don't understand why they did that, but sure, friend. Alright, there's a Phantom Dive. Oh, I can't believe. Alright, so honestly, they're down not many things. They're not down any sort of switch. They are down their escape board. So my best play might be to go counter catcher this Radiant Alakazam and try to make something happen with that. Like counter catcher Iono into establish. Oh no, I can't Iono if I Share and Scare. So never mind. Counter catcher, Share and Scare. I think that's gonna be the plan. So let's make sure I use Happy Switch and get as much damage on the board on my opponent's side of the field as I can. So Adrenabrain. I can't believe I'm not KOing though. That really sucks. Yeah, onto the mana fee. Alright. Then we go Share and Scare. Sure, let's promote this because it has free retreat for now. We will bench. We will evolve. Oh no, I needed to attach before I did that. Oh, I'm an idiot. Well, that's a waste of 3 damage counters. Oof, that alone might wreck me. That was dumb. That was very, very dumb. Alright, I'm gonna get Snorant. And we're gonna hope my opponent doesn't have a switching card. Oh, that was very, very dumb of me, honestly. Not gonna lie. I do need an attachment. I mean, I'll transfer 10 more for sure. No reason not to. Okay. And then I have to have the Blissey in the active, no matter what, right? And then I will go ahead and pass. Okay. Can they miss a turn? That's the big question here. Yeah, benching that Radiant Alakazam to move 1 damage counter was like might cost my opponent the game, because they could have just placed 5 and 1. But hey, to each their own. Clairvoyant Sense cannot attach to the active, so that's the good news. They are down. I mean, they're gonna be able to look at a lot of cards, but they are down 2 of their probable 3 Arvins. Now, if they do attack me, if I get a double turbo, I can still win. Right? If I get a double turbo, I can still win. They have the switch. Never mind. I think that's it. I think that's gonna be it. Phantom Dive, probably knock out this Snorant. And then they also should have... Oh, well, their boss is gone. I don't know how many they play. Seems like they're just gonna go after the Snorant. Okay, well, maybe if I can Share and Scare and top deck an energy, any energy will do. Then I can use double Happy Switch and deal damage to the bench. 1 prize card left. That is not a double turbo. So I'm pretty sure that's it. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's it. Well, I get the Share and Scare, but I don't have an energy. Okay, so let's give this a try. Let's go Adrenabrain. Targeting you. And then Adrenabrain. Targeting you. Alright, energy. Munkidori. Okay. So I can heal 30 more. And that... I mean, I'm always out of range, right? Okay. So I think now I go Iono. That prize was actually really good, because now if I Iono, my Blissey is always out of range. So if I Iono, they have access to 1 extra card, like their top deck, their draw, and 1 card. Ah, but I already used my Happy Switch. Dang. Dang. I mean, I definitely want to attach. I will shuffle because the Share and Scare is at the bottom, right? I cannot get that. So I have Sharon's and Boss and 2 Pokegears, all of which could be good top decks. We'll see. We'll see what happens. I also have my prize card, because that's sad to... If my opponent... Like, yeah, my opponent will attack, right? So once my opponent attacks, that Zatu will be gone. I can't win the game. Oh my gosh, No, I did not misplay. If I put 3 damage counters on Dragapult, it would be at 190. I would still need 130 damage to knock it out. Never mind. I thought I misplayed for a second. I actually thought I misplayed. Alright. Another boss style play on the Radiant Alakazam could also be good. Did I have a boss? Could I have done boss instead of Iono? Maybe. Maybe I shouldn't have Iono'd. Why did I don't know. Oh wait, what? Okay, so either my opponent rage quit or something. We're gonna pretend there's a lot of damage on my Blissey. That was a weird... Yeah, they must have gotten disconnected because they just needed to attack and hope I can't win the game, right? I would have enough damage. My prize would be another double turbo. So then I could have actually retreated. Oh no, I can't. Because I'm out of tools. So I wouldn't have been able to retreat into another Blissey. So I would have lost. I would have lost this game for sure. Yeah, I would have lost this game for sure. Because I can't retreat into anything that tanks I hit. So my opponent would have won this game. Not being able to KO that Dragapult. The enhanced hammer was the key to losing this match. Not having all those double turbos, or not having the double turbos for a lot of turns definitely also hurt. But yeah, interesting match. I can see how like Blissey, if I had been able to like more constantly attack, or if my opponent doesn't have that like picture perfect start and has a little bit of an off turn somewhere, I probably would have been able to win, right? So yeah, I mean, I'm gonna go ahead and attack just to get the ladder points or whatever, but I'm pretty sure my opponent would have won this one. Actually, you know what? I'll do the honorable thing and I will concede to my opponents because generally they would have won this one. Yeah, it was very close. The timing of the enhanced hammer was perfect. The timing of the switch was also perfect, of course. But yeah, thanks so much for tuning in. Blissey, intense game, almost half an hour. Hopefully you enjoyed this video, and Blissey gave me hope. Yeah, the list definitely needs to be worked on, so I'm gonna work on that and we'll revisit it in the future. Thanks so much for tuning in, and until next time, bye-bye.